أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Dear friends, welcome to DEA Foundation Forum. In today's lecture 237, we will discuss the expanding earth globe, the expanding earth and shrinking land. It is sixth issue of the Quran and modern sciences. It is related to geophysics. The earth is dynamic like the universe as science has found in recent past. Universe is dynamic and earth is also dynamic. The Quran revealed in its verses 1400 years ago that historically the earth as a planet has been expanding, whereas its continental land part has been shrinking. Since scientific terminology of the modern age was not in use at that time, at the time of revelation of Quran, the word used in all the verses was the earth, arz. However, two contexts were mentioned distinctly for the earth and continental land. Some people felt contradiction in the verses due to lack of knowledge that could be made available only in the recent times. Now, when two distinct phenomena, the earth, the globe, and the land, continental land, could be known with greatest details in the current research in the domain of geophysics, the doubts of contradiction between the verses were completely removed. It tells greatly unique privilege of the Quran that it revealed accurate information on the two distinct aspects of the earth about 1500 years ago, which could be known to science just recently, which speaks loudly of the divinity of Quran. Subhanallah. So dear friends, let us begin by studying some Quranic verses that revealed of expanding earth and shrinking land. Ayat 3 of Surah Ar-Ra'd reveals the expanding nature of the earth in the words, listen. It is He, Allah, who stretched out the earth and placed firmly embedded mountains and rivers in it and made two types of every kind of fruit. He covers over day with night. There are signs in that for people who reflect, people of understanding. The Arabic words Maddal Araza mean stretch out, spread out, pulled out, or expanded. After mentioning these words, formation of mountains and rivers is revealed. Science tells us now that mountains and rivers are formed by way of stretching and expanding of the earth. Then by inviting the man's faculty of reflection, reference is made to procreation system through pairing of living creatures, including plants of fruit, for their growth as a sign of internal expansion of the earth. Further, pointing to the day and night in the current context symbolizes to various recurring and recycling systems like carbon and hydro cycles linked with light and heat of the sun at the daytime. Just imagine the wonder of photosynthesis that takes sun's energy to split off water's hydrogen from oxygen. Hydrogen is combined with carbon dioxide absorbed from air, taken from air to form glucose for survival of the plant life, and oxygen is released as waste of photosynthesis process. On the other hand, humans and animals inhale gases from atmosphere, retain oxygen to be circulated through blood for sustainability of life, while carbon dioxide is exhaled as waste of respiratory process. It all refers to expansion of matter on the earth. The Quran also mentions such earthly dynamism by using the words ascending and descending of matter between the heaven and the earth in Ayat 2 of Surah Saba and Ayat 4 of Surah Al-Hadid shown on the screen. Ayat 11 to 12 of Surah At-Tariq miraculously reveal great mysteries regarding expansion of the earth and contraction of land both. Note the words. I swear, Allah says, I swear by heaven which returns, and the earth which splits. وَالسَّمَاءِ ذَاتَ الرَّجْعِ refers to the heaven that establishes recurring and recycling systems. Subhanallah. Causing internal growth of the earth that we noticed in ayat we just recited. Wal arzi zat sadi means the earth which splits, which parts away, splits. Besides volcanic eruptions on the land, they occur more frequently in the oceans. They occur on the continental land, but more frequently they occur in the oceans, raising the seabed that causes rise in water level and encroachment of some bordering lands by the expansion of the ocean shore. Ayat 88 of Surah An-Naml refers to distancing of tectonic plates causing oceanic and continental expansion. Mountains pegged in the crust of land and ocean thus also move with the distancing of continents and oceans. Note the words of the ayat. And you see the mountains, thinking them rigid, fixed, while they will pass as the passing of clouds, like the passing of clouds. Ayat 30 of Surah An-Naziyat reveals another aspect of the expanding earth and shrinking land at its borders of the continental land. Millions of years ago, the earth was much of round shape, like a ball, while now it is slightly flattened, spherical shape known as geoid. Geoid, geoid. For that, the radius of the earth is 6,378.1 kilometer at the equator. But 6,356.8 kilometer from poles to pole, from North Pole to South Pole. This difference of some 0.3% makes the earth around equator a bit less steep or flattened. This model of the shape of the earth was suggested by Newton in 1687, while the Quran revealed that fact 1400 years ago in the words, listen. And after that, he spread the earth, expanded the earth. With growing atmospheric temperature, the ice caps at north and south poles are thinning, causing the earth more expanded, the ocean levels raised, and the land encroached along its borders by the oceans. By this way, the land is shrinking, continental land is shrinking with the passage of time as revealed by the Quran. Ayat 41 of Surah Ar-Ra'd and Ayat 44 of Surah Al-Anbiya say, listen, have they not seen? Question, challenge. Have they not seen that we set upon the land, reducing it from its borders? Just imagine, this information was revealed about 1500 years ago. So, dear friends, now let us see what science could discover recently on the expanding earth and shrinking land that had been revealed by the Quran about 1500 years ago. It was first time in the history of the earth that in early 20th century, Alfred Wegener, a German scientist, proposed in his book The Origin of the Continents and Oceans that the earth's continents were drifting apart. He named this movement continental drift. He observed that the coasts of Western Africa and Eastern South America appeared to have been originally a single piece, jointed as a supercontinent around 225 million years, and later on this land was splitted and drifted apart to become continents. This joint landmass was named Pangea at some stage. Please have a look on the screen to see how this Pangea broke and the continents evolved over the passage of time. Wegener's theory was not accepted for not having supported by some provable evidence. However, subsequently, his finding got recognition with the support of fossil evidence and theory of plate tectonics. Geologists could find fossils of similar types of plants and animals in rocks of similar age on the shores of different continents, suggesting that different continents had been once a single piece. Let us have a look on the screen showing a map of fossil evidence. Dear friends, theory of plate tectonics tells that these are not the continents that move away from one another by sliding over the ocean floor. Rather, the ocean floor and the continents drift together over a layer of liquid magma under great heat and pressure known as the asthenosphere or upper crust. Thus, these plates are pieces of the lithosphere which float on layers of partly liquid rocks of asthenosphere. Earth's spheres are shown on the screen. Please have a look. Geologists accepted the theory of moving tectonic plates in 1960s when they observed seafloor spreading due to moving of oceanic plates away from each other. Such diverging plates cause cracks in the lithosphere or the Earth's crust, allowing magma means volcanic emission or molten rocks, to come up and cool, which forms a new seafloor. Addition, when these plates converge or collide, molten rocks may push upward, forming mountains. Mid-Atlantic ridge, made up by a large number of volcanoes, extends from the Arctic Ocean to southern tip of Africa to become the longest mountain range in the world. Likewise, when two continental plates converge or collide, it causes folding of rocks to form mountains on the continental lands. It is what the Quran miraculously revealed in Ayat 12 of Surah At-Tariq in the words, Wal arzi zati sadri, means volcanic eruptions causing splitting of the earth as we earlier discussed. Thus, the geological data establishes that the land continents and the seabed or the undersea crust both are in motion together. The plates that bear the continents expand or stretch in a manner that they cause the continents move away from one another at an average rate of about 3 centimeters per annum currently. These days. However, the most visible expansion is taking place on the seabed between Arabia and Africa, causing the continental drift 3 to 4 times faster than the usual rate. Expansion on the continents causes constant widening of valleys such as the Great Rift Valley, stretching about 6,000 kilometers from Sudan in North Africa to Mozambique in the east. Its width ranges from 30 to 100 kilometers and it is several thousand kilometers deep. Over millions of years, it caused to develop formation like Mount Kilimanjaro and Mount Kenya, which moved Africa away from the Arabian Peninsula. Thus, mountains, valleys, river beds all are formed due to expansion of the earth as mentioned in the ayat we just mentioned. So, dear friends, shrinking of land is another wonder of nature. Science, confirming the Quranic information on shrinking of land we discussed earlier, has recently identified some causes of the shrinking, some more causes of shrinking trend of land. In the context of the earth as a planet, the solar winds containing proton, electron and alpha particles persistently cause some material damage, erosion to the atmosphere, but it is so insignificant that it will take more than 5 times the sun's life to consume the atmospheric completely. It's a very, very slow process. Besides other protective spheres of the atmosphere, magnetosphere powered by geo-electromagnetic field provides a strong protective shield to the earth against such erosive assaults as revealed by Quran. For shrinking of land, melting of the polar ice caps is the prime reason. Ice caps on the polar tips. Presently, the polar ice caps are melting and water level in the ocean is rising. As coastal areas are coming under water, total size of the land is decreasing. A New York Times report substantiates this trend with its finding that over the last century, average surface temperature of the globe has risen by about 1 degree Fahrenheit, which accelerated melting of the ice caps. Scientists at a NASA research center in Manhattan, US, compared data pertaining to 1950s and 1960s with that of 1990s and found that the ice cover over the entire Arctic basin has thinned by 45%. By 45%. Satellite images have also spotted the view that ice cover has significantly shrunk in recent years, causing rise in the water level of oceans and as a consequence, oceanic encroachment on continental lands. Thus, the truth of Quranic revelation reducing land from its borders in Surah Ar-Ra'd and Surah Al-Anbiya is established by the scientific discoveries made in the recent times. It is in fact realization of Allah's great promise made in Ayat 53 of Surah Fussilat, which says, "We will show them our signs in the horizons, in the universe, and within themselves, anfus, self, and afaq as sources of knowledge, until it becomes clear to them that it is the truth." So, dear friends, with this we conclude our discussion under lecture 237. Please do subscribe Idea Foundation YouTube channel to watch videos of previous lectures and join us for the noble cause. Thank you, friends, for participation. Allah Hafiz.